people, welcome to the Real Estate Real Talk YouTube channel. House hacking is a modern lifestyle decision that borrows much from earlier ways and has been reinterpreted with the aid of modern home sharing platforms. Your ancestors' real talker may have owned a two-family house in a city prior to being able to lump together the funds to move to the new suburbs developed in the mid-20th century. Or you may have owned your own single-family house in your entire life but are now seeking house hacking ideas to earn passive income streams and fund an adaptable retirement. Your activities in house hacking will proffer an experience of the landlord lifestyle and more income. If you want more real estate content, subscribe to the Real Estate Real Talk YouTube channel and hit the notification bell. Are you included in the million Americans who reside in a very costly real estate market and feel home affordability is not reachable? Do you want to become a homeowner but have recognized that reality translates to overreaching on your housing budget? In several areas throughout the US, housing prices have skyrocketed. This usually coincides with wage increases in a number of America's costliest cities. This does not necessarily posit a large problem for people at the top of the pay scale who are earning the highest salaries, executive level leadership, top salesman, etc. But it does posit a dilemma for the average American attempting to provide a good living for their family simultaneously with avoiding a 2-hour commute. So what about the blue-collar industrial people who work in significant metropolitan areas, carry out work essential to the economic infrastructure, and really comprise the backbone of a city's financial health? What do we tell the huge numbers of workers who have planted their job roots in a large city, going through fast wage increases, but who are not witnessing such wage increases themselves? Are they forced to succumb to a life of daily road rage and hour-plus commutes? They might be, unless they understand the transformative tactic that is opening the opportunities of home ownership in costly areas and allowing those ready to exercise a little more adaptability and creativity to earn financial wealth. We are talking about house hacking. What is house hacking? House hacking is a real estate investing tactic through which investors rent out their primary residence for rental income. House hacking came from areas where it became too costly to own a house and live comfortably. Homeowners found it expensive to live in proximity to work or in favorable areas and earn their monthly mortgage payments. Their dilemma was residing in one of their multi-unit property spaces and leasing out the other units. Therefore, their expenses were counterbalanced by the income of the rent of their tenants. House hacking a single-family home is also a famous option for individuals who would not like to purchase a multifamily property. Renting out one or more bedrooms, hacking the garage into a living space, or putting a small home on the premises are good examples of house hacking. Top benefits of house hacking. The Consumer Expenditure Survey carried out by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics indicated the average U.S. home now spends near $20,000 or 33% of their yearly income on housing-related expenditures. Imagine what you could do if you could get your housing costs covered and maximize your disposable income by a third. Here are a number of other benefits to consider. Diminish or eliminate your housing expenditures. When executed correctly, house hacking could help diminish your housing expense or even eliminate it. Despite a multi-unit property having a higher upfront cost, renting out the other units translates to someone else paying your mortgage for you. Edith Reeds, a professional investment writer, stock trader, and personal finance coach, stated, "For one, It's a great way to live rent-free or for very cheap. Additionally, it forces you to be resourceful and learn valuable skills like home repairs and gardening. Obtain flexibility. House hacking offers flexibility for people with an ever-changing lifestyle. For example, if your company abruptly transfers you to a new city, you could rent out your unit and continue earning your rental income. You also have the choice to convert the property into a single-family home for when your family expands. Ease into your rental property career. When living on-site and in proximity to tenants, you learn how to be a landlord fast. Your personal participation in the living community will proffer you with the important skills necessitated to manage properties and perform regular maintenance. Get acquainted with the different tax benefits available to rental property owners, including business-related tax deductions or depreciation benefits. Increase your wealth through passive income. The additional cash flow earned through house hacking provides you the choice to pay down your mortgage hastily and saved up toward your next investment property. Learn more about how you could conduct both of such options through the debt snowball method. Lessen risk. Daniel Sperling-Horowitz, the CEO of Offer Market, stated that house hacking is a good way to lessen risk. According to Sperling-Horowitz, house hacking de-risks the home purchase because you subsidize your monthly cost of home ownership, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, aka PITI, and maintenance. This is not only a great way to build equity instead of spending money on rent, it's also a great way to dramatically reduce your overall housing costs, which allows increased savings and investment. Sharp investors have consistently known that purchasing a multifamily property or being involved in a number of house hacks tackled is an easy way to have a grasp on landlording and property management, all while having their housing expenses paid by their tenants. Why house hack? House hacking is a technique in order to diminish living expenses temporarily. It could be regarded as the start of a career as a real estate investor. Either way, with the expensive cost of housing, it is a way for using an asset you already have in order to afford their lifestyle. Put money to savings or purchase even more real estate investment property, all while building home equity. Develop a house hacking strategy. You are bounded merely by your creativity, the zoning loans, or HOA rules that the property is restricted by, and your capacity to search for a person who needs a type of housing you could provide. Ponder over your lifestyle and your skills. Are you very useful around the house and do not much care about the location of your home? A live-in house flip could be suitable for you. Do you reside on a property having a garage or a large barn? Ponder over renting that out. Multifamily properties. Any property that is 2 units or more is advantageous, with more units being better than less. This translates that a triplex is regularly better than a duplex, and a fourplex is better than a triplex. Have a search conducted for multifamily homes. Next, surmise such homes in order to find out which will end up providing you the lowest housing expense at the end of the day. The objective of house hacking is to lower your payment and not to purchase the most beautiful home. Multifamily properties were very much designated to house hack, so we usually begin there. When it comes to examining them, there are a couple of things to be mindful about. First, the neighborhood of the location is essential. Not all multifamily properties are created equal. In a number of locations, multifamily properties are merely situated in particular neighborhoods that are zoned for multifamily housing. This translates that there is susceptibility to being a higher concentration of tenants residing in the space, which is often regarded as less favorable for individuals seeking to invest there. It is better to buy multifamily properties in neighborhoods where the multis are merged with the single-family properties. This variety of style recognizes fewer investors to inundate the area with tenants and often bolsters pride of ownership, and with it, increasing home values. Engage with a local real estate professional or property management company in order to understand zoning laws in the areas that pique your interest. Figure out the financing. Considering your level as an owner-occupant, you will not merely have access to conventional loans, but you could also have access to home buyer assistance programs. So long as you reside in one of your property's units, you could qualify for a loan that proffers handsome terms and low down payment selections. For instance, the Federal Housing Administration, or FHA, loan enables multifamily properties with up to 4 units. It necessitates a down payment that is as low as 3.5% of the purchase price. The FHA 203K loan is recommended for investors who would like to improve units prior to renting them out. Find out if you're eligible for any of such 12 home ownership grants and programs. Other individuals could choose the BRRR method. This stands for buy, rehab, rent, and refinance. Why house hacking makes financial sense? By the numbers. Say you purchase a duplex for $400,000. Assume that you were also able to put 20% down on a 3.5% 3-year fixed mortgage. Therefore, your monthly mortgage payment would be $1,436.94, the principal and interest payment on a $320,000 mortgage. Presume that you reside on one side or floor of the house, and you have a tenant who pays $2,000 monthly rent. That pays 100% of the mortgage with a monthly extra $563 that could be used to cover the homeowner's taxes, insurance, and repairs. Following 5 years, you would have built home equity worth $32,969.37, and you would owe $287,030.63 on your mortgage. Moreover, if the house appreciates at the American average of 3.8% in the course of the same 5-year period, your duplex would be worth $481,999.69. If you offered it for sale in a seller's market, you would possibly clear $194,969.06 from the sale of the property as stated here. Total owed on mortgage after 5 years, $287,030.63. Value of duplex after 5 years, $481,999.69. So $481,999.69 subtracted by $287,030.63 would equate to $194,969.06. That amount of funds could set you on the path to financial independence. Finished basements. At times, you could strike gold when you find a property in an area suitable for single-family homes that has a finished basement that has been converted into individual living areas. Usually, homeowners finish their basements and include full bathrooms, kitchenettes, and multiple bedrooms. If this area of the home has an independent entrance, it would be more favorable. Properties like this enable the homeowner to reside in the basement and rent the main space out to a family. This usually enables them to reside for free while building equity and paying down their mortgage at the same time. If the homeowner has a family, they could rent the finished basement out to other families and collect easy rent money without having to share their living space. Finished basements are one of the prioritized things to look for in your search. Find the best property. When buying a multifamily property, you would want to have a rental property business owner's mentality. This translates that location is a very important factor to consider, as it will distinguish your rent price, purchase price, and desirability. To add, job growth, population growth, and availability of local facilities are all factors that help determine the growth and steadiness of a rental market. As a beginner, coordinate with a real estate agent who is an expert in multi-unit properties and could provide you an idea of rental rates and purchase prices in each market. There are other parts of a property you could expect on your hunt for a house hacking opportunity. To add to multifamily properties, you may also note the following features. Finished basements. A number of single-family homes have finished basements that have been converted into living spaces. It is usual for homeowners to even include bedrooms, kitchenettes, and even full bathrooms. This enables the homeowner to reside in this added space while renting out the main part of the property. The owner could have free housing simultaneously with building equity and paying off their mortgage. Additional dwelling units. ADUs are often independent, permitted structures added to the property. Such additions often have plumbing, electricity, and other necessities for living. ADUs are usually determined as in-law units or guest houses. If such spaces are allowed to be rented, the property would be a lucrative investment opportunity. Multiple bedrooms. If you could not search for a multifamily property, single-family homes with multiple bedrooms also present valuable house hacking opportunities. The more bedrooms a property possesses, the more spaces could be rented out. While a property may be huge in square footage, what matters most is the number of bedrooms. Easily converted areas. Despite a property not having multiple bedrooms initially, convertible areas you could make into bedrooms are the second option. Dining rooms, lofts, and a bonus room could all be converted into bedrooms. Adding bedrooms will not merely add value to the property, but it will enable more rentable space. Properties near public transportation. While multiple rentable spaces are essential, it is not the mere factor you take into consideration. You could have space, but you get entangled if you are in an area unfavorable to renters. Attempt and search for properties in the most favorable parts of the area initially, then choose the best property to meet your requirements. Areas without restrictions. It is usual for HOAs to not enable non-owner occupancy. Also, many areas do not enable short-term rentals, such as Airbnb or VRBO. Comfortable living spaces. Despite bedrooms being essential, you will also want living spaces where your tenants can reside comfortably. This involves living rooms, family rooms, lofts, and dining rooms. More areas for your tenants translate to the possibility your tenants will stay for a longer period and additional rent. Purchase a multifamily home. Prior to suburbs, there were city neighborhoods where residents lived in various multifamily settings. Young individuals transferring to the city could rent part of a house from its retired owner who resided upstairs or next door. Parents purchased duplexes or triplexes so their kids can remain nearby after marriage. Later, families became used to growing up in or purchasing single-family homes, and attached housing became less famous. However, today's shrewd new real estate investor is beginning their portfolio with a multifamily home. That's it for this video, Real Talker. Remember to subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like we have delivered value, please share this video with one person. That's right, just one person as a token of your appreciation for the hard work you put into making content that educates and helps you on your mission of building your own fortune. Remember, you can watch video after video, but it isn't until you actually take action that you'll start to see results. See you soon.